Hi, my name is Kay Avery, and I'm doing my video on understanding disabilities and learning about disabilities. I believe it is important for educators to know about disabilities and maybe some signs that may possibly occur, as well as different characteristics to have a better understanding of the disabilities and signs to look for in the children that are going to be in your care, as well as having resources for those children, whether they do have those disabilities or maybe just have some of those characteristics. We are able to have a better understanding of ways to support them. I believe that as an educator, we are some of the biggest advocates in a school setting for the children, as we are the ones with them during the school day. We're able to notice different things that maybe hasn't been noticed before, or we are able to find resources to ensure that they are getting the support they need. In my future classroom, I plan to be aware of my students' disabilities and cognitive development to find ways to ensure that they are learning, and both educationally and mentally and physically, by ensuring that my lesson is geared towards all of the children in my classroom, whether that is through differentiating through small groups or large group lessons for skills that as a class my students may need to touch on. I think finding ways to ensure that I am meeting all of my students' needs is extremely important. I believe having a basic understanding of what our students are going through when they have these disabilities can offer you their perspective of what they are seeing, what they are feeling, and how they are learning, which in turn would make us a better teacher and advocate for the student, whether it is a student who may struggle with fine motor skills, so offering ways to build up those muscles and finding different ways for them to complete assignments would be beneficial, or students who maybe struggle with emotional regulation, offering calming techniques and or tools that maybe the student could have at their desk, or a space for them to go, such as a calm center, would help support the child, keep the child in the classroom, and have an overall positive experience as they are getting their needs met by someone who is understanding and cares for them. I believe as an educator we are there to support the students, but also the families. And when there is the transition to becoming a special needs family, it can be hard for the parents to grasp exactly what that means, because it can be overwhelming in some cases. And I believe as an educator, we are able to connect with families, especially if they are families that have been in the same classroom with you for a while, to be able to start building that connection and advocating for their student, as well as offering resources to the families inside and outside of the classroom, whether that is as simple as pointing them into a direction for local resources, or finding strategies that work for the student and their families, depending on the situation. I think we, as educators, can be a very big asset for families, especially when they are transitioning into the special needs community, because it can be overwhelming, and having the background knowledge as an educator, we are able to hopefully help ease the transition for the families.